Hola guys and girls and welcome to GBA playoffs. We are at the semifinals or the conference finals, whatever you want to call them, and the Borussia Donphan are up versus the Durham Druddigons coached by Leo. So obviously this upload is a few days late, so I'm assuming most of you already know the result and you're just here to see my side for like some plays or something like that, or you in general just want to see a video of mine because they're getting pretty rare these days. But yeah, reason why this is late, it's pretty easy. I was at my parents over the weekend. I bought a new laptop, I brought it with me, and I had to record my GBA match and a match for another league, the NPBL. That's why, in case you watch my German content as well, that's why there's no game from that as well. And the time I recorded first, I recorded NPBL because that was due for Saturday. It got totally corrupted and messed up and stuff like that. It was like doing the recording, like parts it recorded, then it didn't record anymore. And since I record my voice and my videos separately, I was trying to piece it back together, my audio was messed up as well. Either way, basically, my new laptop is apparently not capable of properly recording things. Maybe I have to refigure some settings, stuff like that. Either way, that meant I wasn't able to record over the weekend. And yeah, that's where I'm recording now, which is a few days late, which I'm sorry for. But I still want to give you my side of the match. So, going into this match, of course, I did upload a team builder. It will probably be up today as well on the same day. And the team builder will see tomorrow, because the team builder I was able to record before I went to my parents' house, but not the match itself, because we had that actually on Friday where I was at my parents'. But yeah, now going into the team preview, of course, at the upload team builder, you can check out all the details about the matchup there. But quick rundown: we have Focus Sash, Lead Aerodactyl, which is mixed. Then SixFtHax, I pop out some 50% Berry, Conkeldo, Assault vs Zumel, Substitute Mega Lucario, Steelium Z, Doom Desire, Jirachi, and a Choice Scarfed Kyurem. Looking at opponent's side, he brought the Nidoking, the Cresselia, the Comfey, the Ferrothorn, the Darkrai, and the Marshadow. And if you watch the team build, you already know that I'm big time surprised by the Comfey, and that it's a big time problem that the Comfey is here, because it wasn't there last time, so I figured, and my team just got stronger with Comfey. I feel like with the addition of Mega Lucario and stuff like that. But yeah, now it's here sadly, and that means my game plan of sweeping late game with my Choice Scarf Kyurem means I have to fully get rid of that thing, or get everything in range of Ice Beam, which is a bit harder than getting everything in range of Dragon Claw. Like a Ferrothorn, I'm not worried about because I have my preparations for that, but the Comfey is a huge problem for my team. Other than that, that was basically what I expected. Just the Comfey is there, which I wasn't seeing. I was seeing like some other mon, like Fundy, Garchomp, a lot of other mons which could have been there instead of the Comfey, but Comfey being a big problem versus my team. So, still, I do have my lead Aerodactyl, and my plan is to use that to wear down the Ferrothorn, or kill the Ferrothorn, best case scenario, and then open the door for my Kyurem to, yeah, at least click Ice moves more freely. I mean, he has no Ice resist, to be fair. Actually, it would have been a fully special Kyurem Choice Scarf. That would have been awesome versus a team like that. But, yeah, I mean, it depends on the Comfey, because it could be very especially bulky. But either way, that's my plan. Just leave that. Before we go into the match, obviously the shoutouts. Shoutout goes for NeonXero for joining this team, and GoldoaDragon for recording this match for me. Both great help throughout the season. And yeah, if you like my GBA season or you like my content, definitely give them a look as well, because only because of them I'm able to do that for you. But now, let's go to the match. Like I said, I'll lead with Aerodactyl, and let's find out what he leads with. If you watched the team preview, I mean, you already saw that he will lead the Nidoking, but let's act surprised once it actually hits the field. We are challenged by Pokemon Trainer Leoden, and he sends out his Chomp, which is, of course, the Nidoking. We do have the Ice Fang there. Since he led with Nidoking, I'm assuming this is like a lead variant as well, and gets some rocks and all this good stuff. So I'm just first turn going for Ice Fang, because I'm, of course, faster barring his Scarf, but if he's Scarf, I can guarantee live with the Sash and stuff like that. So we'll just go for Ice Fang, could get a flinch, could get a freeze, something like that. And yeah, we see that he do not that much damage, so that's actually a more bulky Nidoking, but he does go for Stealth Rocks indeed. And that means for me, I can go for, yeah, a second Ice Fang, and basically with 3 Ice Fang and 3 KOs, so he can go for any move. He can't even freeze me, I don't have to worry about that if he goes for Ice Beam or Parameer or Thunderbolt, since he has Sheer Force. And yeah, we see no freeze and flinch sadly, he does go for Ice Beam. And yeah, since he's a more bulky variant, most likely Focus Sash, he doesn't even bring me down to my Sash. So now, I have to think a little bit, because the Ice Fang is pretty obvious right here, but he could prevent it with 2 things which could happen right here. He could have the Sucker Punch, actually, to kill me going for Ice Fang, or he could go to Ferrothorn, get the Iron Babs on me and kill me that way. So to prevent both of these things, I actually decide right here to go for the Stealth Rock. And actually does decide to switch out into his Thornswoggle, which is his Ferrothorn, which is awesome because that means our Reactor is still alive, and that means we can actually get our Fire Blast off with the thing, which I'm assuming will surprise him big time. If everything goes well, he like, goes in something for Leech Seed, something like that, might miss, but yeah, we go for a Fire Blast, which will do a lot of damage to him, potentially 2-hit KO, and definitely 2-hit KO, because that's no special bulk Ferrothorn. He does go for the Spikes. So he gets all his hazards up, but we, yeah, basically with now Fire Blast, we KO this thing, there's no reason to go for something else, so just go Fire Blast, and he switches out, but this Ferrothorn is greatly weakened already, and potentially, or it definitely already in range of an Ice Beam, but potentially even in range of a Dragon Claw outrange. He does go to Ember Moon, which is the Cresselia, which of course will chew this very easily, since, yeah, it's pretty bulky, and Aerodactyl of course not so strong, especially that I just go Stone Edge right here, get some more damage on this thing. And, yeah, bring in range of things as well. He does go for Psychic. We already see that he doesn't have leftovers, so most likely has a berry again. Does go Psychic and KOs me here. And, yeah, now we think what to bring in to Revenge Kill and bring this guy's thing out. We, of course, have our Jirachi, which is here to just combine with this thing. And, yeah, go for Steelium, Doom Desire, and KO this thing. Sadly, he's not in range yet of a Doom Desire, so I have to go for one Combine first. And, yeah, he does decide to stay in. If he Thunder Waves me, I'm not too worried about that. Like I said, this thing's mainly there to break through the Cresselia. That was the plan. He does go for Shadow Ball, which of course does less damage because I just got my boost, which is awesome. And, yeah, I'm free to either go for my Doom Desire right here, or go for Calm Mind, or go for something else. I decide actually right here, since he does have some sacks in the back in the Ferrothorn and the Nidoking, I don't want to go for my C move yet, so I do just go for Hidden Power Fire, because that will kill the Nidoking, and obviously it would kill the Ferrothorn as well. So yeah, I didn't saw him attacking the Cresselia right there, and indeed he does not. But he does bring out the Undertaker right here, which of course I'm scared out by. I don't want to stay in and give him like a +1 Calm Mind boost, which to be fair would only boost in his special defense, but that could be annoying with some range killing stuff. But now, since he got Stare Frog and Spikes up, I look at my team and nothing really wants to take the Spectral Thief, especially he doesn't want to take 2 Spectral Thieves. The only thing which can live one is potentially my Kofak, which is awesome, barring his Life Orb or Bandit, then I can't. Like, if his Life Orb is a roll in his favor to kill me, if he's Bandit, he guaranteed kills me. So, but if he's anything else, I can lift the hit, get my berry back, am out of range of a second Spectral Thief, and can scam out and stuff like that. So I just hard switch out into my Kofak right here. And yeah, I'm basically hoping to lift the hit right here, be able to get my berry back, and yeah, scam out like that. We see Gus Go Spectral Thief. It was a no drawback play. I don't have a Ghost Resist or Immunity on this team I brought with me, but it turns out he not dodge crit me, and he does kill me. We do get rid of the Mummy, but like you can see right here, he will actually not end up getting Life Orb damage. He will be ending up a Bandit variant of Marshadow. That's a huge problem for my team. I have only 2 mons, which can basically, after Hazard, still live a hit from this thing, which are my Azumarill and my Kyurem, and my Kyurem is Scarf. I had a chance to go to Kyurem, obviously, right here. But after 2 rounds of hazards, I am in range of a Choice Banded Shadow Sneak from this thing. So I have to be careful when to switch in, because once I switch it out again, it is in range of the Shadow Sneak from this thing. And I didn't want to reveal yet that I'm Scarf. So I decided to go with my Azumarill, which is basically the only one which can take a hit from here. Sadly though, I don't have any move which is not a touch move. So he has a very easy second Ferrothorn here. I did predict that and did go for the safer knockoff and not the player F, which would KO this thing. And yeah, even with staying in, knocking off the Choice Band would mean that some other things can lift some hits. But yeah, we get rid of Ferrothorn, but we do get the Iron Maps damage on ourselves, which does mean that now we are actually in range of the Undertaker right here. So we can just bring it straight back in, and yeah, at this point I don't have any switches anymore. And he can just go second Thief. I just go for some tip for Arca Jet, potentially hope for a crit to bring it maybe in range of Bullet Punch from Lucario, but yeah, we do not. He is safely going for the Spectral Thief and KOing me here. And now honestly I don't have any other choice anymore. I do have to go into my Kyurem. It's the only thing which can outspeed this thing. And Revenge Kill from here, and I can just click with Shadow Claw, thankfully. If I'm lucky, he does go into Cresselia and dies, or he does go into Comfy, and I can 2-hit KO that thing, because that would be awesome, because that would open the door for my Kyurem, because he doesn't know yet that I'm Scarf, to be fair, because I know that he's Bandit, I am out of range of Spectral Thief, and he does go into Evermoon, which is the Cresselia after Rocks. We should be able to KO this thing, which would still have the possibility there for potential late game sweep with Choice Scarf Kyurem. But as we can see right here, he lives with 1 HP and he gets his berry back, and yeah, now I need Hex a lot in my favor to still win this game, because that was basically my only chance still to kill this thing, and then at some point surprise him with Scarf Kyurem versus the Marshadow when he is locked into the Spectral Thief. And then sweep through his team with Dragon Moves. But that still means that I had to get rid of Comfy. Either way, at this point, it's looking very dire. He can go for Moonlight and heal himself up. I do hard switch into my Jirachi. It's the only thing I have at this point. I do go for straight for the Calm Mind, because just like Flash Cannons or Doom Desires won't do the trick right here. Sadly, it does switch out into his Darkrai, so I should have gone for the Z Doom Desire here. I had a chance. I actually don't know the calc. I actually don't know if I would have killed it here, but I like to think that I had a chance to kill him here, because Doom Desire is just a strong Z move. But yeah, sadly we did go for Calm Mind, but that's not saving us from a Dark Pulse from a Darkrai, so we are just dying right here. And yeah, our meter goes down. We only have 2 months left. Both are in range of Marshadow, so yeah, this game, in my head, it's already over. I need a lot of luck and him misplaying to still win this game. So I do go my Lucario, hope to scam out right here and him switching out into the Scizor, or him only having Focus Blast, for example, and missing. So I do actually go for the Substitute right here, because that's at this point, it's the only play I have. Like, differential doesn't matter in playoffs. I have to hope for either him misplaying or Hex getting in my favor. But he does have the Incinerate, sadly, which is, of course, the accurate option versus Lucario, and brings me out of range of Substitute as well. So yeah, Lucario dies. And now, yeah, I have to go on Lucario, I have to Bullet Punch him. And now it's all up to Kyurem to come in, and him not playing Shadow Secret, the Marshadow, because he thinks I'm not thinking on Scarf, and him not, for some reason, not having Drainy Kiss on Comfy, and me freezing everything with Ice Beam. That is at this point, sadly, my win condition. I do go into Jeff, and yeah, as I mentioned, you probably most likely saw already Leo's side, so spoilers, I'm not gonna freeze everything. I am going to kill this Darkrai here, though, since, like, I mean, to be fair, at this point he knows I'm Scarf, so he had no reason not to click Shadow Sneak with his, what do you call it, with his Marshadow. But, like, maybe, like, I don't know, Hard Switch and Marshadow got frozen, then he Hard Switch again, the Comfy got frozen as well. Like I said, at this point I need Hex and him is playing to win the game, and sadly both of these things don't happen. Leo plays this very cleanly at the end, just goes into this Marshadow, goes for the Shadow Sneak, and KOs me, giving him a lot of kills with the Marshadow, and yeah, we lose this game, sadly 3-0 in a very dominating game of Leo. Like, this was not a game I had a foothold at the beginning. Like, Dector was working very well. The Dector was very well. I was weakened in the Meteor King. I was weakened in the Ferrothorn. Everyone was according to plan. Of course, the Comfy was already a thorn in my plan. But then the Choice Band and Marshadow came into play, and because he brought his hazards up, I couldn't lift any hits anymore, and then the Crusader lived, and that was the last nail of the coffin. When Crusader lived, it was like, nope. That game is not, I'm not winning this game anymore, because I think one thing I already talked in the team builder about that we both have threats versus each other, so it's kind of an even matchup, but there's one problem with the threats we have versus each other. Mine, obviously, are the Mega Lucario and Kyurem mainly, of course Izumel as well. Problem with his threats, though, being the Marshadow and the Darkrai, is that they are faster than mine, and that means they can always revenge kill my threats. So if it's like the big problem for the opponent team versus big problem for the other team, his will actually beat mine in the 1v1 scenario. So I maybe should have considered that more in team building, because I was thinking like, okay, we both have offense, let's kind of build a scenario in which my offense can shine more. But in just a straight offense versus offense matchup, his just outpaces mine and outperforms mine. So maybe could have gone for a more defensive build, but that I was dismissing very early because he has so offensive threats. But either way, we do lose this game. Of course, Leo, great prep. Like, he was just, his plan was, what I'm thinking, just getting up hazards and then sweep with Choice Band Marshall, because I don't have switches to that. But looking at my team, I don't really have switches to that. Like, Mandibus can take Spectral Freeze, but not the close combats, and Tangrowth doesn't take the hits as well. So it was good bring on his part. I maybe could have brought more Scarfers and different berries, stuff like that. But yeah, Choice Band Marshall just basically got rid of everything on my team. Other than that, if the Camphor wasn't there, I would have been a bit more confident in my plan additionally. But yeah, either way, that is the end of the season. We are losing in the semi-finals versus Leo, so he's going on to play in the finals versus Randy. We are talking about, since some people suggested it, the place 3 match versus me and Joel, to see like who would make spot 3, who would make place 4. But that's still in the air, because we would have to schedule that, and I already have some trouble scheduling at the moment, so it might happen, but it might not. So don't put your hopes too high. We will try to figure something out, but if the schedules don't line up, it sadly won't happen. But other than that, that of course is the end of the season, and that means the next video, if there's not a match for place 3, will be my season wrap-up video. So yeah, leave your comments down below, questions about the season, how did it go, stuff like that. Like how my wrap-up season videos go, I first go like through the season in general, like my team, what I drafted, then my transfers, then each individual match, what I thought about it, like after, and then I will go into like specific questions from you guys. So if you want to yours featured and answer it, just put them in the comments and I can go over them. But yeah, that is sadly the end of our GBA season. I was of course a bit disappointed in the match, because it was not really a close one. It was like a pretty dominating from Leo. So yeah, not too happy with our performance here. But what can I say? Leo played very well. So, and I think I played for what I had. I played well, but I think mainly probably the mistakes were made in prep and not in play. But either way, that is all from me. I will see you another time. Ciao.